Hope Meadows, it seems like, is kind of one of Rantoul's best kept secrets. It's a generational community where the seniors live, and we have foster parents and we have foster children. And we all live together and work together for the benefit of the children.
Generations of Hope was started in 1994 to really support families who would adopt children from the foster care system. We decided that we would put maybe 12 families together and they could support each other, as well as have a very small staff to help support these families who would adopt these children. That's how it began. All I knew was that children needed families and families needed communities. We found this space at Chinook Air Force Base. The base was closing. There was really nice housing here, 80 housing units, 22 acres of land. We wanted 12 for families, a couple for administration purposes. So that then led to our thinking about, well, what would we do with the rest of the housing? And we eventually came up with the idea of renting the units to senior citizens who would give us 6 hours a week of volunteer time to support the children and families. And that turned out to be the thing that really made this program work. I'm convinced that without our seniors, this program would have folded within 2 years. There is no staff, professional staff, that can replace what all these seniors do for the children and the families.
I had the best job in the world. You talk to grandmothers and you say, you know, what's the best job you could do? Well, be a grandmother. Grandmothers can do so many things. Kids look at grandparents and they'll say, oh, that's a grandmother. Ah, they'll do something for me. And they trust them. They may not trust another adult, but a grandparent they will.
The key to making families work, vulnerable families work, is meaningful relationships and purposeful engagement, and that's what we have here.
I have a grandma. I used to have a grandma. It was Miss Esther, Grandma Esther. I used to go over to her house for after school to get help with my homework, and we used to bake cookies, and I bring like a tray home and stuff.
Rihanna lost Grandma Esther because she had to move into a retirement home, and well, she didn't lose her, but you know, it's different than having that day-to-day contact.
I miss her, and I want to thank her for the fun times that I had with her.
Now we're really focusing on building a Hope House, which would be a building that would contain 6 apartments for seniors who no longer can be maintained in the homes they have here at Hope Meadows.
Hope House is it's what we have as an idea to create a living environment for seniors who are no longer able to live on their own. They may need additional assistance, additional care, but they're still part of the Hope family. They're important to all the families out here, and so we want to keep them here in our community.
You know, you get close to the seniors, and because of health reasons and them aging, you know, these houses aren't appropriate for them, and then they have to go somewhere where they can have assisted living. And if we had something that we could keep them out here, they would still have the community involvement and the kids to keep them going, and could still be a big part of our lives.
We don't want to be off someplace else. We want to be where the kids are. Where do they all come together?
We got all these people behind us and to help us out. So that's the good thing about this community. Everywhere else, you don't got nobody to push you to go through life. That's the only reason why I'm still in school, and the reason why I'm still doing what I do today is because I've got so many people that push me.
Motivational things, the seniors motivate these kids a lot. They give them a sense of well-being and earning. You know, like say if a senior needs a lawn cut or something, well, they'll call one of the kids to come do it, you know. So they're helping that child grow and develop to care for other people also.
I came here for the children. And if we can't be with the children, I want to be right in the middle of the children. And I want them to be able to come, and because I never want to lose contact with Angelo and Charles and little Shaylin, Calhoun, and all those little kids.
I think we need a hope house so the seniors could live by their families, and so they could, if they get sick, they can have someone to help them.
When Brenda brought this up about Hope House, you know what I really said to myself? They do care. They do care, you know.
It would say like, thank you. You know, you've given to the community, now we're going to give back to you.
There's a national movement that's just started in the last couple years called Not Aging in Place, which I think most of us are familiar with, but aging in community. And the idea behind this is that people can age in place and still be isolated and lonely. We, I think, are one of the few places in the country where we have really mastered the art of aging in community. Aging in community takes physical structures that allow for people to age in place. But it also takes the community, an intergenerational community of people who will be a part of the seniors' lives until the very end, and vice versa. We have seen here how seniors can give back, which is what they want to do, until the very end. It's critically important to them, and it's important to the community. And I don't think any of us, as we age, want to think that we're going to be a burden to anyone, to our families, to our friends, to our neighbors. But at Hope Meadows, if you really need someone to stay overnight with you, someone to bring you food, whatever it is you might need when you are really, really sick or bedbound, it's not being a burden, because you've spent years giving back to others. And it's just, I'll do things for you and you'll do things for me. So they can age here in community and they can die here without feeling that they've ever been a burden, and with continually feeling that they're giving back. Telling the children at the end of life how much those children mean to them. Telling me how much this program has meant to them. It's truly my biggest satisfaction. And I think that the thing that I personally have gained from this program is not that we've created some national program, that we've won national awards. For me personally, it's how these seniors have taught me how to age with grace, with dignity, with purpose and meaning.